Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today I am very excited because Ghosts of Atlantis have just released a new track. Now about 2 years ago I think it was, when I first heard the track Halls of Lemuria. Anyway, when I first heard, the first track I listened to was the Halls of Lemuria off the 3624 album. I thought, from the get-go, I thought this band were amazing. And I covered them quite extensively. I think I've covered about 5 tracks of theirs now in the past 2 years. The most recent being their cover of Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb, which I absolutely loved. I thought it was a fantastic version of an already amazing track. They did do a song for a movie. And I was actually going to have a look at that track. I can't remember what it's called. But they did a theme song for, I think it was a film called The Witch or something like that. And I was going to look at it, but for some reason I never got around to it. I don't know why. But anyway, they just released a new track off their new upcoming album, Riddles of the Sycophants. And I am dead excited for that. I really cannot wait to hear that because, like I said, 3624 was an absolutely outstanding album. It was brilliant from start to finish. There was no filler on that album whatsoever. So, a new album coming out, you can sign me the fuck up. I'm there for it. So they released a new track called Lands of Snow. And there's a little bit of a description going on underneath the video because... the first album was a story in and of itself, and this seems to be a follow-up chapter. And it says, a new Atlantean storm approaches, and it is here that a new chapter begins. Months have passed since the fall of Atlantis and the desecration of Lemuria. Those fortunate enough to have survived the Great War now face a new challenge. In these lands, nobility holds no weight. All must walk the same path. The clans are tired, confused, hungry, and bereft of hope. For in this cold, mysterious place, much is unknown. For these moments, the gods have seemingly fallen quiet, yet the essence of doubt still remains within the heart of the people. Lands of Snow is the first chapter in the new story of the Riddles of the Sycophants, which is the new album. And here we learn of the new challenges that they will face, the extreme conditions they must overcome, and the new creatures, gods and beasts soon to be unleashed into this realm with the eventual opening of Pandora's box. That as a description for a song is just fucking amazing. I'm there for it. I really want to hear this. So, as soon as, they said this song's coming out, I was like, fucking great. As soon as the song was released, I thought I'd leave it a little while. Then I messaged the band, I say a little while, I left it for a few hours. And then I messaged the band and said, is it possible I could get hold of the lyrics, so I can do a reaction video? And they went, sure. And they sent me the lyrics, which was very generous of them, thank you very much. So, I got the lyrics direct from the band, so in theory, they should be accurate. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So we're just going to jump into it and see what we've got. So this is the Lands of Snow from Ghosts of Atlantis. Let's have a look. Alcohol free, if anybody's wondering. No, don't be over that. No. Damn it. I was really enjoying that. God damn it. That's such a fucking good song. This band just blows me away every single time. You know, every track I hear from this band is just fucking amazing. You know, it's... I mean, that's so good. And I don't know what it is, but this feels possibly grander. Grander? More grand? Feels bigger, more monumental, more monolithic than, you know, previous tracks. It's just something about it. It feels so much bigger. You know, it's just... It was fucking great. You know, opening up with those drums, you know, that dun, 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 dun. You know, and then you got those clean vocals coming in with that big sort of choir behind him as well. You know, and then you got the main vocalist. Oh, if this is the opening track of the album, I am beyond excited. I'm more excited than I was before, because this is a hell of a way to introduce a new album. You know, if you're going to make an album and you're going to release the first single off it, this is the fucking way to do it. This... oh, this... You probably saw throughout the entirety of that track, I had a big shit-eating grin on my face. It was just so good. It was so good. I mean, the lightning effects in the video, a little bit cheesy, but, you know, we can forgive them that, can't we? But... I could just go on for ages and ages and ages just saying how fucking good this song is. This is just... yeah. And thank you so much to the band for actually sending the lyrics over for me, because, you know... not many reaction videos, or not many people who do reaction videos, talk about the lyrics to the song. And, you know, whilst I really liked it, it's not a vitally important thing. So, you know, when I ask the band, you know, would you be able to send me the lyrics? You know, I'm sort of like, you know, you don't have to. You know, I don't mind. It's just, you know, I like to talk about. And, you know, so it's very, very generous of them to send them over. It was very, very nice of them, especially since they'd just got in from work. You know, I'd spoken to the lead singer and he'd just got in from work and he was like, I'm sorry it took me so long to reply. And I'm like, dude, it's all good. You know, you've got a life outside of what I do. You know, so it's cool. But, you know, thank you very much for sending them over. Now, obviously... we'll actually get to the lyrics now. I can't just keep going on and saying how great this song is. But talking about the lyrics, obviously I spoke about the actual, what the story of it is before. You know, it's the people from the fall of Atlantis. Basically, they're like refugees, you know, and now they're stranded in this seemingly icebound tundra trying to find their way. And, you know, it said their nobility holds no weight, so all like the lords, the masters, kings, queens, whatever, everybody's on an equal footing. They're all traveling as equals, basically. Nobody has status over anybody else now, but, you know, they're all the same. So, you know, it's just this group of survivors trying to find their way. Oh, excuse me, beg pardon. So it goes, where the north wind blows, over lands of snow, we search for the tyrant once banished and left alone. We travelled space and time, far beyond this life, abandoned by gods, Pandora's fate lays within these lands. So, you know, they're searching for the tyrant once banished and left alone. So they're searching for something in this icy tundra. You know, so, where is it? It says that, you know, for these moments, the gods have seemingly fallen quiet. So maybe they're trying to find one of these other gods, possibly. You know, it says the tyrant, you know, who'd been banished and left alone. So, you know, maybe they know that this person that was, or this god or person that was once part of their society, maybe he was banished to these frozen lands. and they're looking for this person. Possibly, I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, if it's like 3624, the entire album was basically a story. So, you know, this could just be the start of it. So we won't really know until we have the rest of the album. Anyway. To the pillars we seek a portal to a plane. We gaze into the eyes of the gods like a moth into a flame. Scorch the wings of this barren life of men. Now they bring upon this curse with their greed. The freezing plains now cover great valleys once of sand, as the plagues of the north are brought upon this land. So what was once like scorching desert is now a frozen tundra, you know. It says there, now they bring upon this curse with their greed. So like the greed of the people has caused the land to fall into this frozen wasteland basically, and now they're all struggling to survive, because you would assume that they're used to the hotter climate and stuff like that, so now they're being pushed into this colder, harsher weather. They're struggling. You know, we gaze into the eyes of the gods like a moth into a flame. So, you know, they're drawn to these gods which have seemingly abandoned them, if the story is anything to go by, you know. So they're basically searching for these gods and, you know, almost like a moth to a flame, you know, trying to find their way there. Severing the sun from the skies above the sea, this realm is set in ice and will force them to their knees. Now judge, condemn, abstain. Separate the worthy with those with hearts of black. A judgment passed from ghost, now there is no turning back. Falling into chaos, hell's unleashed upon this earth. To stand the test of time, Pandora must be sealed in stone. So again, there's that allusion to Pandora's box, which was mentioned in the story bit that I talked about earlier. Then it goes back to the opening of the song, where the north wind blows over lands of snow. We search for the tyrant once banished and left alone. We travelled space and time far beyond this life. Abandoned by gods, Pandora's fate lays within these lands. The whispered credence of reality, believe the words the elders say, the twisted dreams of insanity. We hide from the enemy, we wait under crimson skies, shy away from duality, under hoods we wait with watchful eyes. Return to your darkest day, from this darkest day, shy away from your destiny. Rivers run black from the chaos of the sea, its life force burned away by the motion of humanity. Eye of truth now bestow upon this land, entwined upon the soil, new riddles from the sycophant. We walk through lands of snow, we seek to move below, where the rivers ebb and flow. Where the north wind blows over lands of snow, we search for the tyrant once banished and left alone. We travelled space and time, far beyond this life, abandoned by the gods, Pandora's fate now lays within these lands. So there you go. So this is like the group of, this is like like I said before, the survivors of the Atlanteans, now travelling through this frozen tundra, looking for a place where they belong, I suppose. You know, trying to find somewhere where they can sort of rebuild their culture, as it were. You know, because Atlantis has fallen; it's been destroyed. You know, so now they've literally got nowhere. They're a group of nomads. So they want to try and rebuild their society, and it seems like they're searching this frozen wasteland, trying to find somewhere hospitable for them to, you know, set back up again, as it were. So yeah, you know, I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I love when songs tell stories. You know, I like it when there's a meaning behind it. I mean, a lot of the tracks that I cover on this channel, you know, they talk about real world issues and stuff like that. But I also like when, you know, there's a story behind it. I like there to be some substance to a track, rather than just like empty, vapid rubbish, like, you know, people singing about bitches, hoes, popping caps in asses, you know, or, you know, whilst I do like the occasional one, these death metal bands who just sing purely about gore and murder, you know, I mean, the songs are fun, but I like it when there's substance to it, you know, and to have a story like this, you know, it amazes me. Or not amazes me, it really impresses me, you know, that these bands, they create these albums of like 10, 12, 14 songs, and they write this massive overarching story that gets told throughout all these tracks. And it's got to take some amazing kind of skill to be able to write like a whole album worth of songs that are all interconnected, that all tell parts of a story. You know, it's really cool that they can do that. And, you know, I have so much respect for people that can write songs like that. I mean, when I write songs, I haven't written one in a while, but, you know, I always try and put a meaning behind it, but there's never been any interconnectivity between the ones that I've written. You know, so to be able to write an entire album and it have a, you know, an encompassing story across all the 8, 10, 12, however many tracks, it's really impressive. You know, and you know, 3624 I thought was a fucking amazing album. It was so good, you know. And like I said before, if you're opening the new album with this track, my expectations are through the fucking roof. I am so I cannot wait to get my hands on this album. You know, I am so excited for it, you know, because, yeah, just the feeling I got from listening from that song, you know, like I said, it felt so grand, it felt big, you know, it was amazing. Just such a good piece of music, you know. I am so excited for when the new album comes out. I don't think I actually have a date for when the new album comes out. Let's have a quick shufty. I don't know if we've got a release date yet. Let me have a look. I can't see one offhand. I'm not going to sit here and search forever looking for one. If I do find out a release date for it, I'll put it somewhere. But yeah, the Riddles of the Sycophants, however it's pronounced, is the new album, which is going to be released hopefully before the end of this year. And you can guarantee every single track that they release off this up to the date that the album comes out, I'm going to be covering it here because, yeah, I love this band. Their music has never disappointed me. You know, I mean, okay, this is only like their second album, but, you know, I've enjoyed every piece of music they've put out to this point, you know, so, yeah, here's hoping. But, yeah, I could just go on and on and on saying how great I think it is, but I'm going to stop that. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, maybe even subscribe if you haven't already, because it would really help me out. Because, you know, as it is, you know, I'm making these videos and they're just disappearing off into the YouTube algorithm. You know, no one's seeing them, you know, no one's getting to watch them. You know, I'm getting messages from people saying, I've just found this video of you covering this track that I wanted you to do, and, you know, they're finding it 3, 4, 5 months after I've actually put the video out because it's just getting buried. So yeah, if you could like and subscribe, it would really help me out, because at the moment only about 9.5%, maybe 10% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed to the channel. And, you know, it doesn't cost you anything. It takes a fraction of a second, and it really would help me out. But other than that, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.